Today's surf report. The Weather Bureau is predicting some of the biggest surfs seen on our coast for decades. All beaches are closed to the public. However, word's out that some of the world's best big wave legends are on their way.
Morgan Bazillion, known as Bazzo, is one of big wave surfing's original pioneers. His lifelong passion has brought him to Australia in hopes of towing into the largest waves ever ridden. Aaron Hood, his protege, recently left the pro tour to join Bazzo's quest and perhaps find his soul. This is their story.
My move towards big wave surfing has really been a new thing. I've been competing for about a decade. Eventually the competition just got hollow for me. I was looking for something more in surfing, something with more soul that would put me more in touch with the ocean.
I think some of the traits that a lot of us who are riding these big waves have in common is just the need for the adrenaline rush and the need for the search. And I see that in Aaron, and I like to think I see it in myself. So yeah, it's a soul search. It's the search.
I think towing in has really opened up a lot of new territory, a lot of waves that haven't been surfed before that no one could paddle into. And as much as I'd like to paddle into some of these waves, I think I'm willing to change my philosophy and I'm willing to be towed in, especially by Morgan, who's one of the pioneers in this field.
See you grab onto it.
My tow loop?
Never from underneath, always from up top.
Okay.
Now really, suck it into the side. There, how's that feel?
Feels good.
All right, that's what you're gonna do. No letting go today. No letting go.
We found in talking to Morgan and Aaron, they've had a bit of trouble staying on some of the bigger waves. We found that they're slipping. The thing we're developing now is the hold on nicely grip, the thong. You can see it positioned on the board here. This has been instrumental, I think, in these guys being able to take some of the drops they're taking these days.
Morgan and Aaron, I mean, those guys are radical. They're really pushing the envelope now. They're getting onto some waves that are bigger than anything I could ever have possibly imagined, you know, being able to be ridden. But they got kahunas, those two guys.
Training has always been one of the most important parts about surfing for me, and definitely for big wave surfing. And I take my training really seriously, and well, a lot of the guys on the tour used to call me one of the most fit people they ever met because of it. And I'm training all the time just to make sure I can be there when I need to, and to make sure I can catch the waves I want to. I think fitness should be a high priority for a surfer like any athlete.
I mean, people don't realize how hard surfers have to train. I'm out there at least 4 or 5 hours a day. You have to be on the board, you have to be working your upper body, you have to be really pushing the limits. If you want to push the limits on the waves, you have to push the limits in training. And I think a lot of the training we did for this was specific training, it was difficult training, and there was a lot of times when I wanted to give up, when I was being beaten down, but I could get up one more time because I had Morgan there urging me on.
You're gonna have to get this right. It's gonna have to be quick. Good. Let's try it again. Good. And again. Feel the water. Feel the surfboard.
For me, surfing has really always been about my soul, and surfing isn't about conquering waves, it's about becoming one with the ocean.
Odd set came through and just jacked up maybe 30-40 feet off the reef, and Aaron was keen on it, and I towed him right into it, and he wasn't sitting far enough back on his board, and he took a pretty hard fall going for it pretty deep in the pit, and you know, I didn't even hesitate. It's my mate out there, and we made this agreement together, and I went out and dove in, and we got out of there eventually. He was pretty shooken up, and so was I. I almost lost my tow rope on that one, but, you know, it worked out okay, and those heavy conditions are something you just have to be prepared for.
It was pretty heavy out there today, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to stay with it, but after that rogue wave took me out and Morgan came and saved me, I ended up having my best ride of the day. Morgan, that was a great day out there today. Thanks for showing me the ropes.
There were huge waves, and you surfed them like a man, and guess what else?
What's that?
There's a huge swell coming to the north side of Oahu, and we gotta get there.
Nice.